Yes. Yes.
Hey guys, welcome to Podcast vs. Play episode 60. I'm Cal, and as always, I'm joined by a man who, according to the Xbox Connect adverts, is the controller. So whenever he loses a game, he swears and throws himself against a wall. It's only Dan.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hey, I did a good one.
You did a good one. You get 1 in every 10, and that was...
Yes!
That means the next 10 podcasts are all going to be...
They're going to be shit intros. Yeah. Would you like some news, good sir?
Is it going to be exciting news? Because I need something to wake me up.
It's quite exciting. It's quite early today.
It is pretty early.
We've opted for an early morning podcast instead of a late night one.
Indeed.
So
and usually it's Callum is a little bit tired because he's come back from work late or something like that, and I'm raring to go. And today it's like 11 o'clock and I've only been up for about half an hour and I'm not happy, and I am actually in my pants.
And me.
Hooray!
Well, I'm not. That's a lie.
Oh, well, I am. Pants party
near
for me.
enough am. Anyway, this week's news, Daniel.
Come on.
Batman Arkham Knight developer has responded to the DLC pass criticism. Have you seen this week?
No.
Last week, I should say.
DLC was just a part of the game.
Well, last week, Warner Bros. And Rocksteady Studios announced that Batman Arkham Knight will have a $40 season pass.
What?
Which some fans thought was too expensive.
That's the price of the fucking game.
It works out like 35, nearly £36 in our English sterling. But there was no information on it. It was just, this is the pass, it's this much, and it's like that's like you said, it's a full price game. Because of that, last night Warner Bros. Has responded to the criticism, and they've also revealed a few extra little trinkets that will be in there.
Okay, let me guess. Okay, I need to justify charging all my fans, say it is $35 on release, for a season pass. Okay, for that, it's going to have to be at least Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
No. Well, it might be. That's not on the list that they've released.
Right, okay.
But this isn't everything.
Okay, skins. It's got to be a buttload of skins.
No.
Okay, playable Robin, Catwoman and Nightwing.
Well, we already know about that.
I know, but there could be separate solo missions in the kind of Catwoman way that there was in City.
Maybe. Well, there is a Harley Quinn and Red Hood.
Yeah, download.
So,
well, that's if
that's pre-order.
Yeah,
but I imagine that will be included with the season pass.
I'd hope so, because that would be something a bit stupid to waste. Because people obviously will want that character, they just may not want it straight away.
Yeah.
Extra Batmobile missions.
Yeah, that's actually on there.
Okay, that's good. An additional Batmobile.
No, but there is like different Batmobile skins.
Excellent.
But that was already, that's not on this list, that was already announced.
Okay. Is there going to be the 89 Batmobile?
I don't think so. I actually think it's just skins for the Batmobile that doesn't actually change how it looks. It just changed the colours and stuff.
Ooh, not happy with that.
Yeah.
Not happy with that at all.
Well, they'd have to make like so many different variants to do.
Well, I mean, it would just have to have, instead of transforming and turning into a tank, it would just have rockets in the front all the time. Something like that.
I guess.
Playable Batwing.
No.
Balls. I don't know. Those are all the things I'd want if I was spending £35 on fucking DLC, that's for damn sure.
Well, quote, "We've heard from our community that you want more information on what we'll be delivering in the Season Pass. While we aren't ready to unveil every aspect of the content we'll be developing, we would like to share more detail now to give you a better sense of the scope of the Season Pass. Batgirl, A Matter of Family. An all-new prequel story expansion in an entirely new location where you play as Batgirl for the very first time in the Arkham series."
Not bad.
If that's alright.
Yeah.
The Season of Infamy. Play as Batman in an all-new story missions featuring legendary supervillains invading Gotham City with new story arcs, missions and gameplay features.
Okay.
Gotham City Stories play as Batman's key allies in narrative missions extending their storylines from both before and after the events in Batman Arkham Knight. So that's probably going to be the Robin, Nightwing
I guess, yeah.
Legendary Batmobiles with themed tracks. Drive the most iconic Batmobiles from Batman's 75-year history on custom-built racetracks, each themed to that Batmobile-specific area. Every Batmobile will be drivable across every racetrack. Oh, actually, so it might not just be skins.
Yeah, okay, so that is going to be like the 89 Batman.
But that's going to be, I'm guessing, literally races. You're not going to get to.
Yeah, it's just going to be
in the game
race through Gotham kind of thing.
Yeah.
Either way, though, that's pretty cool.
And Crime Fighter challenge maps. Engage in a series of new challenge maps utilising the unique playstyles of Batman and his allies.
Yeah, challenge maps, that doesn't count. That doesn't count as interesting DLC. There's already like
already
1,000. Yeah, there's already 1,000 challenges. Why do you want more?
But that's not everything though. That's just what they've chosen to release.
Why haven't they got a online multiplayer 4-person co-op?
Because that's not what they've done.
But that would be worth it. You could have Batman, Nightwing, Robin, Catwoman, all four of your mates going and beat the shit out of Poison Ivy or whoever.
I like out of all the Batman rogues you could beat up, you chose Poison Ivy.
Well, that was part of the Catwoman DLC. You know, Poison Ivy was one of the villains that she had to take on.
Yeah, I guess.
So, you know, I mean, obviously for all four of you, it would have to be someone with a whole bunch of minions before you get to take on the boss.
Yeah, yeah.
But
should have henchmen, I suppose.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think for a few race missions, yeah, that's outrageous. They'd have to come up with something belting. I mean, the Batgirl thing with like separate stories and everything. I like that. But
it's going to be like the Catwoman one. It's like 3 missions.
But that's in the same city, of course.
Oh, yeah, this isn't a new.
So all you need to do is just change the move list for whoever the character is, change the detective vision slightly. But you know, if this was sort of like in a different version of Gotham, or a Gotham that's got something totally different going on, because I mean, you could roam about as Catwoman, which I quite liked. You know, she had a really cool sort of moveset and everything. But you were still just going to the same place and there'd be the same bad guys there.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, all you've done is literally just copy and pasted Catwoman on top of Batman and whatever he would be doing. If they do the same thing with this, I'm sure it'd be interesting, but it's not worth 35 fucking quid.
That's why I'm interested in the Red Hood DLC, because obviously he's going to have guns and stuff.
Assuming it's the Jason Todd Red Hood.
It is, yeah. We've already seen him. That'll be interesting, but they've also waited until Arkham Knight come out for this DLC, which he has got guns and stuff, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get to play as the Arkham Knight at some point.
Cool. So
that's basically going to be a copy and paste of Arkham Knight's moveset for Red Hood, I'm guessing.
Maybe.
But we shall see. Moving on. The spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie has raised $1.5 million on its Kickstarter in 24 hours. Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
The Kickstarter campaign for the Banjo-Kazooie successor, called Yooka-Laylee, from a team of former Rare developers, went live yesterday and quickly hit its funding goal of £175,000. A day later, the Kickstarter campaign crushed that initial target, raising a whopping $1 million, or roughly $1.5 million. That's not bad.
Well,
that's more than we've seen in our life.
For a developer that hasn't actually made a Banjo-Kazooie game for about 10 years.
Yeah.
That's, you've clearly got a lot of fan base still.
It's not bad. Since it's reached its initially stated stretch goals, Playtonic added 2 new ones. If funding reached 1.1 million, Playtonic will add an old school N64 shader mode and credits GK Rap video written by Grant Kirkshop. If it hits 1.2 million, Playtonic will produce a developer walkthrough and commentary let's play video. So they've already hit all them, so that's all good. And then because of the additional funds, they'll be able to release it on PC, Mac, Linux, PlayStation 4, Xbox One and Wii U simultaneously.
Interesting.
So I'm quite looking forward to it, to be honest. But I don't know if I'll actually get it straight away.
I don't know, I wasn't that big of a fan of Banjo-Kazooie.
I really liked Banjo-Kazooie, but
it was a good platformer.
The times they've changed, Dan.
They have.
Needs to be interesting. Much like Jak and Daxter. It was essentially a Banjo-Kazooie game, but they gave it shitloads of new mechanics and stuff. And I really liked Jak and Daxter. It was really good. If you would like to pledge, you can go onto their Kickstarter, and for $15 you'll get a copy of the PC version, whereas if you want a console copy it will be $22.
Yeah, although they don't need it at the moment.
No,
so
it's just if you want to get it cheap. If you want to get it on the cheap, because it'll probably be full retail price when it comes
exactly.
Yeah. Sad news for me. Silent Hills has been cancelled.
Oh, the PT trailer has been taken down. No, demo. Sorry, yeah.
The trailer's probably been taken down as well.
Probably, yeah.
Following a few days of disquieting rumours concerning the Silent Hills project, on Monday, publisher Konami confirmed that it has terminated plans to develop the game. Big fat stinky boo.
Yes.
Although Konami initially declined to comment on the matter when contacted earlier, later in the day it issued a statement to GameSpot, putting speculation surrounding the title to rest. Konami is committed to a new Silent Hills title. However, the embryonic Silent Hills project developed with Guillermo del Toro, I can never say his name, and featuring the likeness of Norman Reedus will not be continued. Boo!
Will Norman Reedus be in the new version though?
No. It does. They have said they Konami are open to the possibility of future collaborations with Kojima, del Toro, and Norman Reedus, but Silent Hills is dead.
Boom.
But on the good news, they're going to make their own Silent Hill games. When I say they, I mean Konami, which means it's going to be turd.
Do you mean Konami?
I say what I want. I hate them.
Right. They made Metal Gear, so shut up.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they didn't. Hideo Kojima made Metal Gear.
Who?
Hideo Kojima.
Who?
You know who I mean. He made Metal Gear and they fired him.
What's it called? Because he's got the Foxhound picture thing, that's his company, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called now, but they made the whole Fox engine thing, blah, blah, blah.
And now he's left Konami.
Yeah.
So, every Metal Gear game from now on is going to be turd.
Well, probably. But we don't know.
Probably. It will be.
Well, he might come out and just, do a siphon filter or something.
They've even... Fuck off. They've even taken themselves from the stock market.
Really?
Yeah. That's how much
annoyed
promise they've got in their own company.
Yeah.
So they fucked him off, which they said was mutual, but the woman who plays... oh no, I can't remember her name. Shit. I can't remember. There's a girl in Metal Gear 5 trailer anyway. Well, woman. I can't remember her name. She tweeted that they sacked him, and she was furious.
Right.
Obviously, she's inside information, so she's probably going to get sacked anyway. But that's not happening now.
Right.
One of the games I was most looking forward to is not going to happen. So, rest in peace, Silent Hills. You will be missed.
No, you won't. You scary piece of shit.
I loved it. Following on that news, however, because PT has been taken from the PlayStation Store, if you never got it before, you'll never be able to get it because it's gone now. But people have been smart, Dan, and been listing their PlayStation 4s with PT already installed on eBay.
Really? That? What an original idea.
Yeah. And some of them were going for £1,500.
Fucking hell.
Yep. Or
this is this whole Flappy Birds fiasco all over again.
The thing is, though, when these listings went up, you could still download PT.
That is jumping the gun. That is.
And if you had already downloaded it and you happen to delete it, you can still re-download it because it's in your library.
Or you could just watch all the videos that are on YouTube.
Yeah, they're still scary.
Yeah.
Probably more so because you're not controlling it.
Yeah.
But it's a missed opportunity. It really is.
There'll be others, don't worry.
There won't be. I'm hoping Kojima will just make his own version of Silent Hills with Norman Reedus, with del Toro, and call it something else.
That's more than likely, yeah.
I really hope they do. Anyway, that's it for the news, Dan.
Good.
You already know what the big story is.
Of course I do.
So I'm going to let you reveal it.
Okay. We've had the first reveal of the entire Suicide Squad. The first picture of all of the actors and actresses in their outfits. And it looks pretty good, Callum. It looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
After Jared Leto's Joker reveal...
Potential.
See, I'm really thinking that it's going to be that look now.
No.
Looking at this.
No. You've convinced me too much that it can't possibly be. So I'm going with you on the sort of blind faith that they can't possibly do that to the Joker.
We can't both go in like... One of us needs to be realistic so they can console the other one.
I'm still not happy with the Joker look. But with the rest of the squad in mind, it's possible, I guess. I don't suppose it'd be the worst thing, as you quite rightly said. It's not the main focus.
No.
The squad is the focus. And for the majority of it, I'm super happy with it.
Yeah. I've got to agree, really. There's a few concerns we'll touch on as we talk about them, but we'll go in order. Slipknot, which is played by Adam Beach. It's not the heavy metal band, although Corey Taylor would probably fit in well.
Probably,
with these misfits.
They've got the look, yeah.
What do we think of Slipknot?
Well, I'd like to know as to who the fuck he is for a start.
Well, we'll move on to Captain Boomerang.
Okay. Captain Boomerang, love the look. Absolutely love it. Very reminiscent of the Captain Boomerang from Arrow.
Yeah.
But he looks a lot more scary.
He looks more like he fits in.
Definitely, yeah.
He never seemed to fit in Arrow.
No, he just sort of popped up and it's just like, I have boomerangs.
Yeah.
Just, what? Where did you come from?
Whereas this guy seems to be...
more of a novelty murderer kind of thing.
Yeah. He's played by Jay Courtney. And like you say, he's got the look down.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Hopefully he's got the voice.
Yeah, well that's the thing. I mean, the boomerangs and his ability with them and everything is pretty much, it's going to be damn good. He may not just use boomerangs. You have a variety of other, knives,
trinkets and stuff.
Yeah.
From there, we shall go down to Katana, who is sat on the floor.
Yeah,
where she belongs.
It's a bit. This is something that you said earlier, but it's a bit of an odd choice to throw her in there, I guess. But there's a possibility she'll just be the sort of strong, silent. She won't do much, she won't say much, and then when it all kicks off, she'll just come in and just cut them into 1,000 pieces.
Slice everyone off.
Yeah. I think there's potential, but I'm not happy with the costume, really. I mean, it's pretty accurate, but...
Yeah, it's a very close representation, but compared to the other members of the Suicide Squad, she looks like you said, like it's a cosplay.
Yeah, she looks like she's just been at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. It's just that, given how realistic everybody else looks, maybe that's just a little bit too out of place.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
But we shall see. Enchantress. Karen Fukuhara is playing Katana. I don't know who that is though, so
Alright.
I hope she's a good actress. Enchantress, who's played by Cara Delevingne.
You're so good with names.
They've all got stupid names. Right, she's now known as Brian Smith.
Brian Smith, okay.
Enchantress, played by Brian Smith.
Okay.
I'll be honest, you can't really see a lot of her.
No,
it's very dark.
Quite hidden, but she looks a bit, Blair Witch Project, to be
honest.
honest.
She looked a bit PT.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's sort of like The Grudge, The Ring, with the videotape and all that sort of stuff. She looks pretty fucking scary. So I can certainly imagine her, hovering off the ground, eyes all black, hair waving everywhere, lightning and all that sort of stuff, and just scaring the shit out of people.
I only just noticed it. Her and Rick Flag are holding hands.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. I thought he was holding his gun.
No, she's got her hand sort of like on top of his or something.
Yeah.
But, could she be doing the sort of Scarlet Witch, controlling everyone's minds to sort of keep them on task?
That's a good theory, actually.
Yeah, just sort of, because obviously these are all, very unstable individual people. Maybe she's sort of trying to, in that kind of Bastila kind of way from Knights of the Old Republic, she could sort of coerce people into working together and doing the right thing, sort of thing.
Yeah. Anyway, Rick Flag, by Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, he's got the look down.
I've never heard of the guy, so I'm going to defer to you on this.
He's got the look down. He's not as big as I'd like him to be. He needs to be a bit bigger.
Yeah.
I'd say more like Flash Thompson from Spider-Man.
Right.
Like American football captain type build. But then again, he's got a lot of gear on, so he could be a lot bigger than it looks on this picture.
True.
But he's the leader of the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
And which may play into this. He is actually the first love interest of Harley before Deadshot.
Right.
We're going to leave Harley and Deadshot till the end.
Okay.
So we'll move on to Killer Croc, played by Edewale Akinio Abaji.
Fucking hell. That is a good name.
AKA Trevor Thompson.
Trevor Thompson. Well, I've got to say, although he doesn't look quite as big as he would be, because I mean, he's about like 7 foot tall or something.
Possibly bigger than that.
He dwarfs Batman in just sheer size. He looks more kind of like an MMA fighter or a street fighter or something that's just got a little bit fucked up.
He looks more like Reptile from Mortal Kombat.
that's pretty good, yeah. But I'm hoping that this isn't his final look, because I think there's room for improvement.
I think it will be.
Well, it could just be, instead of a guy he was like a circus performer, wasn't he, or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something to do with crocodiles anyway. He's brought up in the south of America. At the moment, it just kind of looks like he's just like a really hard-hitting street fighter who just puts makeup on to give him, and then people have named him Killer Croc because he's filed his teeth down or something.
Yeah.
So instead of him actually being part crocodile, he looks like he could just be a guy who's just been given a kind of a title. He's earned it on the street for being like super vicious or something like that, which I guess would work in this kind of hyper-realism thing that DC's going for overall. But personally, if you're going to do it properly. He's got to be a big crocodile, man.
Essentially, yeah.
That's what he is. He's Killer Croc. He's just a murdering crocodile. That's why I wanted
him bigger, though, because they could have had him with his top off and that, so you could see like all the apparent scales and stuff. Whereas this, it looks like the Thing.
Yeah, the original one from the Fantastic Four.
From the first Fantastic Four film.
Yeah. It just does look like a mask suit thing.
Moving on to El Diablo, played by Jen Hernandez, a.k.a. Malcolm Orange.
Well, I only know who this guy is because there was a Suicide Squad. A
Suicide Squad, where they just clean up the streets.
Yeah. From the Suicide Squad DLC for Lego Batman 3. And he was one of them.
I'm guessing this is the current DC Comics version of El Diablo, because there's been a fair few, all ranging from different timelines.
Right.
And the current one is Chante Santana, who's an ex-criminal, and he starts living in Lazarus Lane. But all he has is just like an Olympic level boxer.
Yeah.
So he's got no powers or nothing.
That's the thing. Out of all of these, potentially only one of them has actually got any kind of superpower.
Yeah.
Which, is, I suppose it's easier to control them if they're all just people, who are very, very skilled in their specific thing, demolitions or swordplay or whatever. But you need the fucking monsters. You know what I mean? Like, because what about if they all come up against, say if they came up against the real Killer Croc? You'd tear them apart.
Yeah.
His skin's bulletproof, and he can't be cut or anything.
Well, I'd heard they were going for King Shark.
Well, King Shark would have been fine.
Because they could have just done the metal braces.
Yeah, just like a huge metal jaw, yeah.
So I don't know why they did, because that's what I thought they were going. I thought Bronze Tiger was going to be in it as well.
Yeah.
Which would have made more sense than Slipknot.
True.
So I don't know. But the two main attractions, Dan.
Yes.
Who shall we do first?
That's what she said.
Harley it is then.
Yeah, I'm going to say Harley.
Played by Margot Robbie.
Yes, Margot.
Old Margot. Margie Robob.
Yeah. Now,
Rob.
I said this on... I can't remember what podcast it was, but I'm pretty sure it's one we were talking about the Joker.
I think it was the last one.
Maybe 59.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to it. Check it out, you greasy devils. But basically, all I said was, in order to get Harley right, you just need to have someone who can play that kind of psychotic nut job. Put her in white, give her blonde hair, put her in pigtails.
Yeah.
That's what they've done. So, well done to me.
What I don't like is she's got blue in her hair.
That could just be
I'd rather have
from
pink.
anything.
That's personal preference.
Pink or red would be the
Yeah.
more obvious choice, I guess. But, you know, blue, it's still a bit weird, a bit crazy. So, I mean, at the moment, she does just kind of look like, you know, a groupie at the moment. Yeah, a little bit. But she still looks, you know, she's got the big mouth, you know, so she's just sort of laughing, you know, while she's stabbing someone in the face. And just be like...
It seems very obvious. Like, everyone on this picture looks serious. Except Harley.
Yeah.
It's a nice touch, but it seems very forced.
Well, my concern is that if this... Because obviously you haven't got time to do all these people's backstories. You cannot do it. I think that the way they've set it up is just all of these people getting caught and then them turning up and being recruited into the... What is it? Squad X or something?
It's Task Force.
Task Force X, that's it, yeah. So, in order for Harley Quinn to exist, she must have been with the Joker. So, maybe you'd get to see them at the start working together, you know. Blowing up banks or whatever they're doing. But, you know, she's...
This is in the same universe as Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel, which means Batman's been operating for a long time.
Yeah.
Judging off the look we've seen for the Joker, if he has in fact had his teeth knocked out by Batman, that's why he's got these like false grilled teeth, that would indicate he's also been operating for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means Harley theoretically could have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Just nobody's ever crossed paths.
Yeah.
I like the look. I do like it.
Yeah. I think she was the easiest to get, though.
Yeah. Look, I mean, to be fair, I'll say Boomerang would probably be the easiest, personally.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm still not a massive fan of the Boomerang from Arrow. Whereas, if this guy had shown up, I'd have been like, whoa, now we're talking.
I think because everyone... My prediction is Harley Quinn, Deadshot, and Rick Flag. They're going to be the main. Maybe Killer Croc is like kind of like the Hulk. But I think all the other characters are going to have a minor role compared to Rick Flag, Harley Quinn, and Deadshot. Maybe Killer Croc will be up there as like the Hulk of the team.
Maybe. But they're more in the focus of this shot. There's more light on them than everyone else.
Yeah. Well, that's them three in the middle, isn't it?
Exactly.
So.
But yeah, Deadshot.
Mr.
Absolutely
William
love it.
Smith.
I knew that as soon as they said it was going to be Will Smith, I knew he was just going to be a cool, cold motherfucker. And that is exactly what he looks like. He just looks like the biggest badass there.
In the Atom's armour.
Basically, yeah. It does kind of just look like sort of like paintball armour or something, with like a red lycra thing underneath. But from the waist down, like with those magazines and like the guns, and he's got the wrist blasters, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love his look. Apart from the new mask.
Yeah, there's a separate. If you've seen the group photo on Twitter, if you go to it'll probably be everywhere now, but
yes,
Will Smith posted a picture of himself as Deadshot with the mask on his Facebook. I don't hate it.
It's white.
Dan, well, it's white anyway.
It just looks like it hasn't been finished yet. It looks like it's just had the base coat on it, and there's plus some sort of weird disco eye that he's got.
So let's make it futuristic, innit?
But it just looks like LEDs. It doesn't look like a one. Even the Deadshot in Arrow got that right.
It doesn't look very optics based.
It does. This one kind of looks like the mask. Looks like it's something he's taken from a fan.
Yeah, I can see it, but this is one picture. It could look a shitload better in the film.
I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping this is just.
I'm still more impressed with this photo with the mask than the Jared Leto Joker.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think his gun, it looks incredible. It is just so like customised and painted, like everything, like all of his blasters and everything. If anything, a bit too pristine. You know, obviously he's used these on multiple occasions. You know, they've got to be a bit battered. And
he must look after them.
I guess, but they look brand new.
They're like one-offs, though, aren't they?
Yeah,
you
but
can't
like
just go and buy a new one.
Well, he's an expert. He can make them himself, I guess. But like, you know, the magazines like on his legs and like his pistol magazines on his hip and everything, he just looks like he's completely battle ready.
Yeah,
he's ready to just charge in and just slaughter everyone.
Doesn't matter what time it is.
Yeah,
he's good to go.
Any time of the day.
It'd be interesting to see if there's any romance between Deadshot and Killer Croc. Because obviously Harley is romantically linked to both Rick Flag and Deadshot.
Yeah.
So, been an interesting take. It looks like she's more Rick Flag from the picture.
Well, it's mainly because Deadshot is usually not very receptive of it. He's just sort of like, no, just get the fuck out of my face for God's sake. And then he's just like, oh, yeah, fine, I've got it. Why not? But, you know, possibly, you know, it could cause a bit of strife in the team. You know, maybe if they choose to go from a different angle and they both like her, and then, you know, she's just playing them against each other, and then the Joker turns up and she's like, oh, Mr. J! And she just runs off with him, and they're just like, what the fuck?
It's an interesting love square, shall we say, with the four.
Very interesting love square.
But overall impressions, not bad.
No, I'm quite looking forward to this.
Considering we spoke about this on the last podcast, and we had reservations because we assumed Harley, Deadshot and Joker would have been the last ones we saw.
Yeah.
And it turned out the Joker was the first one, and then everyone else was second.
Oh, well, I like the fact that they've done it like this, though. They haven't just singled someone out.
Yeah.
If Will Smith has taken that picture himself and put it up, that's fine. But if they released a picture of Will Smith and then one of the Joker, it would just be like, don't forget these two people are in it.
Yeah, yeah.
These guys are the main guys. You know who these people are.
It's a tricky one. I mean, like, Zack Snyder managed to nail it when he was teasing pictures, and Disney did it with Star Wars. But those are things that you'll see, like the wheel arch of the Batmobile. You go, oh my fucking god, it's the new Batmobile. If someone leaks this picture of Slipknot, people are like, hey? What the fuck's that? Like,
what do you think of the background though? It says "Welcome to Belle Rev" or Belle Reeve.
Well, it's a reference to the.
No, I know it's the prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you reckon that's how they're all going to meet up, or do you reckon they'll just be in there and it'll be Amanda Waller recruiting everyone?
That's where they're taken, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But I mean, like you say, you know, if you have the first half an hour of the film is everyone getting put in there, it doesn't really lead up to much. You know, it should be a quick montage. Everyone, you know, being chased by the police and stuff. Everyone just using their abilities. So, you know, Deadshot just nailing ridiculous, like ricocheting headshots from miles away.
Yeah.
Before someone, you know, takes him out. Blah blah blah. Everyone doing the same thing. Or do you reckon they're all in here because Batman put them there?
I'm gonna guess it's more likely to be that.
Yeah. So it's going to be them just getting thrown out the Batmobile or something on their doorstep, just broken.
Yeah.
No, I reckon they'll all be in there, but they'll be who brought you in? Who do you think? Yeah, he got me as well. Yeah. That kind of thing.
And then so Harley will just make a fucking whimsical joke about something else.
Yeah, yeah. I reckon it'll be Batman put them all in there, but he'll never be seen.
Yeah. Well, there is going to be. He is in the Suicide Squad, but I've got a feeling it's going to be some kind of video capture, so they'll see him on a screen or something. Maybe
like a teaser for Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, it's more likely
him doing something, or you know, if he comes up against Killer Croc or something like that in the suit.
Maybe
that's why it gets a bit battered in the trailer for Superman.
Yeah.
You know, taking bullets on it and
maybe. It makes sense. Unlikely, though.
We can speculate, Callum.
We can speculate until
That's
we
our job.
erupt. Only thing I really, 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 really hate... I can't read what her tattoos are. I want to see if they are in reference to... Because if they reference the ones that Jared Leto's got in any way, then he'll have the tattoos. I guarantee it. And, as my girlfriend pointed out, she follows him on Instagram, and he put a picture up the other day, and he's ripped to shit. And he's got fucking back in shape, which leads me to believe he will have the tattoos. Of course, he will have his top off.
Well, I've seen... I mean, we've mentioned this before, that, you know, when do you ever see a picture with the Joker with his shirt off?
Yeah.
I have seen a few comic panels where he has, and he's got, like, these huge dragon tattoos on his back. But certainly nothing on the front, and certainly not those.
No, there's nothing in reference to himself.
No, which would be, you know, quite self-indulgent, and that seems like the sort of thing he'd do.
So, my biggest downfall with it is that he hasn't got the Joker smile. That's his thing.
He just looks like they've gone for New 52 Batman. Joker, sorry.
Yeah.
And he's just like... He just doesn't look anywhere near as sort of like weird and maniacal. He just looks like, you know, a weird street thug. As
we found out the other day, though, William Dafoe would make a great Joker.
Yeah, he's got the perfect face. But the thing is, though, they'd probably do something stupid like they did in Spider-Man and put a mask on him. It's just like he's got...
Yeah, he just got a Halloween mask.
He's got a perfect Goblin face, cover it up with a helmet. He's got a perfect Joker face, put a mask on it.
Making the Red Hood.
Yeah, with that stupid bucket on his head,
he just have a red bin on his head. But I still have very high hopes for Jared Leto. He is an exceptionally good actor. He's very, very underrated.
We'll wait until we see, like, obviously this Will Smith one, that is definitely what he's going to look like.
Yeah.
As soon as we see something like that with Jared Leto, whatever, then I'll be like, right, final judgment for the Joker is... but yeah, Suicide Squad. Looking forward to it still.
Happy days.
Yes. Speaking of the days, though, today is May the 4th.
May the 4th be with you, sir.
And may it be with you as well. So, with that in mind, I just wanted to know if you had any Star Wars or LucasArts/Lucasfilms thoughts that you wanted to share with everyone. Maybe not in regards to Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens, but maybe with some up-and-coming games, some of the up-and-coming solo films, maybe some of the old games or films. Anything that you'd want to share on this most hallowed of days.
Well, in the build-up to today, Microsoft have been having a Star Wars sale over on Xbox One. So you can pick up a load of old Star Wars games for pretty cheap. I'm assuming, I haven't seen it myself, I haven't been on, but Steam have probably done the same kind of thing.
Every May the 4th they do. It's for the weekend usually, or the build-up weekend to it. But they have. But instead of going for the whole Star Wars franchise, well, actually, I think most of them are on there. For the first time that I've seen, anyway, they've added the X-Wing TIE Fighter and X-Wing versus TIE Fighters titles from the original PC games back in the 1990s. So they look pretty fucking awful. But there's a few nostalgic...
Don't go.
I'm tempted.
Don't ruin your childhood.
I wouldn't have paid that much for them back in the day, Christ.
I actually think I'm sure I got X-Wing for free.
Really?
I'm sure my uncle had it, never played it, and I've seen it on his desk. I'm like, oh wow, Star Wars. He's like, I've never played it. Do you want it? Like, sweet. Or whatever I would have said as a kid.
Yeah. Banging.
Yeah, banging. Jungle is massive. I was pretty gangster as a kid.
I'm sure you were,
but I remember it being pretty good. But
yeah, it was good.
I know for a fact it won't be now.
No, but like attacking the Death Star and Star Destroyers and all that sort of stuff. There was you had to power your shields and your weapons. You had to alter power levels and all that sort of stuff. I remember as a kid, I thought it was pretty complicated. Because you had to there was all these different buttons that did all different things, and put shields to the front and alter the power going to the weapons and lower the shields. But if you're going to get attacked, it's going to mean you're going to get killed quicker. Blah blah blah. So I thought it was, for my tiny brain at the time, it was pretty in depth. But I think that's probably why I liked it, because I really like complicated games that's got too many buttons for its own good now. So I've just sort of carried it on.
Sky Arts are showing all 6 Star Wars films today.
Ooh, fantastic!
So you can sit down and have a big marathon. I'd only have half a marathon and watch the last 3.
But will there be commercial breaks?
No, well, there'll be breaks after each film.
Of course, yeah, but I mean during.
No, Sky Movies doesn't have adverts.
That's great then.
So
go and pay a ridiculous amount for Sky Movies for one day.
So,
why not?
Hey, I've already got it, but I've also already got all the films, so I can do it any day, really.
Anyone who really cares has already got them on 3D Blu-ray.
Yeah. But it's there. If you haven't seen them for whatever reason and you've got Sky Films, then there you go. There's your day sorted, so all madam.
Or from whatever day that you end up listening to this on.
Yeah.
Let's hope you did go back and watch it.
No, we'll go up today. They don't know what day this is. Although we have said it's May the 4th.
Yeah, so...
Balls. Other than that, though, I don't really have any other Star Wars news.
No, I was on Empire at War yesterday. I thought I'd better get into the Star Warsy spirit. So I was going to do some Knights of the Old Republic, but I get quite intimidated by it. Because... I'll tell you what bit I'm up to now. I'm on Carter 2.
My favourite.
And it is. And I'm on the... Oh, what planet is it? I think it's the planet with the old Jedi Temple on it.
Oh, where you have to do the test.
No, it's not in the Jedi Temple. It's just after I've done the Mandalorian battle thing.
Yeah.
You know, you just sort of fight in the ring without weapons, and then with weapons, and then with weapons and powers. Battered then. But now it's got up to the point where I'm like attacking like the Mandalorian camp, and they are just so fucking hard. I just can't. I've got to throw as many grenades at them as I can, hit them with as many force powers as I can before they get anywhere near me. Because as soon as they get close, they kick my head in. So I gave up after that. After about 6 tries,
Such a good game, though.
It really is.
Carter 2 is probably my favourite Star Wars game ever.
Yeah, there are some really good ones, but for just sheer intrigue and interest,
it feels like Star Wars.
It does. Certainly more than the Knights of the Old Republic Online, anyway.
Oh yeah, it just feels like another MMO, if I'm honest. But like,
yeah,
as good as the Lego games are, they feel like Lego games.
Well, that's the thing. I think all Lego games just feel like Lego games.
Yeah,
but I mean that is obviously a really good thing because all Lego games rule.
That's not bad. It's not a bad point at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have no other Star Wars news for you, Dan.
I also have no other Star Wars news.
I have no other gaming news. I have no other film news. I have no more comic news. What I do have is a question.
Oh?
What's going up on the channel, sir?
Well, as has been previously discussed, we lost all of our Space Engineer stuff. Annoyingly, I found out what it was yesterday, so I think I could have saved the whole thing. So, pretty pissed off about that, because that was about 25 hours of work that's just disappeared. It's not funny.
It's pretty funny.
It's not funny. But I've started a new one. I've used, like, one of the new upgraded asteroid field things that they've got. So there's just, like, a ton of stuff in there. So I think we can have some pretty good stuff. I've added some new mods in as well, so I've been messing about with those. Other than that, though... That's pretty much taken up all my time. Other than that and Shadow of Mordor, I haven't really done much else, so there's not much else from me.
Boo! Well,
no, indeed.
Our Ultron video, Avengers Age of Ultron video has just gone up.
Part 1?
Yesterday. Part 2 is Captain America Civil War.
Yep.
Which we've filmed, that's all done. That'll be up as soon as possible at some point this week. And other than that, we should probably do some more GoldenEye, maybe?
Definitely GoldenEye.
Yeah.
I want to do some more Green Light Fortune.
Yeah, we haven't done a Green Light Fortune for a while, so we'll do one of those this week.
Definitely. And also, I want to do some... I don't know, actually. I want to do some decent... the other day I was defragging my computer and it took a while. So I left it on overnight, so I thought while I'm doing that I'll update all my MMOs at the same time. So I updated Defiance, Star Trek, Star Wars, and DC Online. Oh shit, I should have done APB as well. Fuck. We'll do some APB maybe, but I definitely want to get back onto Star Wars Online and start messing about on that.
Excellent. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/podcast versus player. The website, which is, Dan?
www.podcastversusplayer@vsplayer.com or .co.uk.
Either one. Doesn't matter.
You can email us at playervpodcast@gmail.com, or Callum, you can Twitter us at
podcasttheplayer.
Indeed.
Thank you to everyone who's followed us this week. We've had quite a few new followers. We've hit our milestone of 100.
Woo!
Finally. We're now on 103, so let's keep that rising.
Let's. With more extreme content and radical bullshit.
Thanks, Nerdies, dude. On that note, Dan, any final thoughts on this glorious May the 4th?
My legs are cold.
There you go. You heard it from Darth Vader himself. I shall leave with... I was going to do a chewy voice, and my throat was dry, so I just kind of sounded like I was being strangled.
Right.
So, on that note, bye.
Yes.